wonderful day and indeed a wonderful month, the first day of the 8th month in year 2019, August. And then from Vanguard Life, we want to wish you a very productive month as you go on. Please stay positive and stay very, very healthy. It is on that note to welcome you to today's edition of Today in the News. My name is Victor Ogwinka and I have all the headlines here screaming right in front of us, from security matters to economic to metro, all in one package as we do it every time. Don't forget to like, and follow us on our social media platforms and of course on our website www.vanguardngr.com. Very quickly, let us go into the main headlines of the news. I have the Vanguard, I have the Guardian, I have the Nation, Daily Trust, and the Punch. So we go on that note, starting with yours truly, the Vanguard this morning, and it is the Oni of Ife speaking after that meeting with the president yesterday at Aso Rock. He said FG to deploy CCTV drones for security in Southwest. FG to deploy CCTV drones for security in Southwest. Don't forget that some of the traditional rulers in Southwest met with the president Muhammadu Buhari and his vice president Yemi Osinbajo yesterday at Aso Rock, discussing the way forward on security and insecurity matters in the Southwest. And one of what they came up with was that there is going to be CCTV drones deployed in the Southwest, and then we begin to ask about other regions of the country, and I know that they are getting some palliatives in grounds to ensure that everybody stays safe as they always promised. Okay, and that is the story on page 5 of today's Vanguard, and we have on the rider to restructure Nigeria's security architecture, says bad Fulanis will leave Yoruba land. Says bad Fulanis will leave Yoruba land. Bad Fulanis, bad Fulani X-Men, whoever, as long as they are the ones causing issues, then it means you're bad. And that is some of what they adopted yesterday during that meeting at Aso Rock. Okay, so we move, and you can see the pictures of those leaders on the front page there. Southwest Royal Fathers at Aso Rock, the Oni of Ife, the president, his vice, and the chief of staff, all there in that picture. Okay, that is what it is on page 5 of today's Vanguard, and we'll move straight up to page 49 from there. Presidential poll, we have no hand in Buhari's Cambridge document by Deputy Registrar. Saying presidential poll, we have no hand in Buhari's Cambridge document. That is coming from one of the witnesses that was called yesterday during the court case, and it was a sort of drama during that investigation where they disowned that in Cambridge documents. Okay, so that story is on page 49. It is still from one court hearing to another, and all is still in ground. So we are not going to preempt that one, but you can get all the news by yourself on page 49 of the Vanguard if you really want to catch up with that news. And then we'll move straight to page 10. Page 10, EcoBank Nigeria removes 2 million plastic bottles from Lagos streets. Beg your pardon. EcoBank Nigeria removed 2 million plastic bottles from Lagos streets. That's indeed a good word. These are raining season, wet ground, and then you see those plastic bottles floating everywhere around on the street, and that is one of the major causes of blockage that leads to flooding and some preventable disaster. EcoBank making a very good step here in clearing some of all these things from the road. Let's just do all we can do to stay safe. That story is on page 10. Kudos to that humanitarian service there by EcoBank. And then on page 13, we have Lee's mother urges FG to intensify efforts towards daughter's release. Last week there was a video that went viral saying that Lee Sharibu had been killed by the sect, but then some others have come to debunk that news, and then the mother of the girl that has been with the Boko Haram members is now saying that she wants the federal government to do everything possible to ensure that she is brought back safe and alive. Okay, that story is on page 13. Lee's mother urges FG to intensify efforts towards daughter's release. Okay, then still on that flip side of that story is on page 12, where Olu of Warri to Buhari open up ports facilities in southeastern corridors. Open up ports facilities in southeastern corridors. This is really going to be a great step in decongesting the Apapa ports that has become something else these days, as we'll continue to report on Vanguard. And of course, that story is also on the front page of today's Vanguard. So we'll move straight from page 12 and catapult ourselves to page 38, where we have a Papa Gridlock. Buhari expresses concern as tax team fails. Tax team that was supposed to, take care of and implement the president's order. Then turns out that nothing has changed over time. I was on that route yesterday to see for myself what it looks like, but must tell you that it looks like nothing has changed on that road, and it has been from one trouble to another every day with its own peculiar problem. But it is still, narrowed down to the overflow of tankers on that place. But when you begin to ask yourself, what has happened to the tank fund? What has happened to all the measures that have been put in place for things like this to work? Okay, the story is still on page 38 on today's Vanguard. Buhari expresses concern as tax team fails. Okay, straight up away from there to Afenifere on page 37 says top policies that will break up Nigeria. Afenifere tells Buhari stop policies that will break up Nigeria. Afenifere tells Buhari on page 37 of today's Vanguard. Okay, Shiite. From one lawsuit to another. Now Shiite, proscription Shiite head to court, suspend street protest temporarily. That's a very interesting move, because a couple of days ago we learned that they said nothing is going to stop them, but after that proscription by the federal government, they are now looking to seek redress in court, and they have suspended their protest temporarily until they get an injunction from the court on which way to go. Okay, and then of course there has been a line of division onto that decision by the federal government to proscribe the movement, and and then some people have said no, it is a very wrong thing to do. Falana, the Christian Association of Nigeria, all saying no, that is not the right thing to be done by the federal government. Okay, so we wait and we see what the court says about that, and we'll take it from there when the news is out again. Still on that page 8, and insecurity matters. We have Boko Haram insurgency far from over, coming from the United Nations. Boko Haram insurgency far from over. Just yesterday, the federal government were sure and said for the umpteenth time again that the Boko Haram that we know has been decimated, has been killed, has been stopped. That what we now have is an offshoot of some of the minute insecurity groups that we have, the criminals from different parts, and all those things together. But indeed, you would say that we are not safer than we used to be, whether Boko Haram is gone or not. But this is a very prompt reaction from the United Nations saying no, Boko Haram is insurgency is far from over. You can get it on page 8. The federal government says it is over. United Nations says it is not. You read for yourself and pick where you stand in all this. Okay, on some economic matters now on page 19, insider frauds rock banks as losses rise up 541% to 15 billion naira. Insider fraud in banks, and that's 541% loss, which is on the tone of 15 billion naira. That is a huge amount of money, I must tell you, on that one. And straight to our columnist, we have Gambodori on page 17, Amechi on page 49, and then we have Olufashion on page 31, talking about AFCFTA there, and then all of it on the front page of the Vanguard. If you're just joining us, it is today in the news, the first edition of the 8th month, and we are doing it like we know how to every morning, weekdays. Okay, you join us this morning to discuss politics, business, health, and other sundry matters as they break. Okay, and quickly to the back page of the Vanguard, we have sports again. Messi, Ronaldo, and Van Dijk all nominated for Best FIFA Player of the Year award. There was some surprise, omission from there, as people took to social media to query the exclusion, the omission here of Bernard Silva of Manchester City, and of course Liverpool goalkeeper Alisson Becker, both missing. Alisson Becker was tipped to even go all the way to win that award after having a very fantastic year, but as it turns out, he is not even on that list. And then, just like on the men, we have the coaches of the year nominees also, where we have Liverpool's coach Jurgen Klopp, Man City counterpart Pep Guardiola, and his Tottenham also Mauricio Pochettino, all making the list there for the best coach. And then we see how that list turns out, as it is. And then Gallo makes U-turn on retirement. A couple of days ago, Gallo was done with the Super Eagles, and then there was the intervention of the coach, Gernot Roy, saying he still wants him to stay. But right now, it looks like he's making a U-turn on that. He has not outrightly said he'll be back to the Super Eagles, but it looks like he might be having a change of mind. And Mikel picks number 12 jersey at Trabzonspor. Okay, talking about them moving all upward. Then Tammy Abraham sends positive signal to Roy. Tammy Abraham sends positive signal to Roy. The Pep starts. It will be Mkhitaryan Arsenal's career in jeopardy with the arrival of their new signing from Lille. Pepe is the newest inclusion into the Arsenal squad, and then it has got everyone talking already. Very interesting signing, and there's still a couple of days before the end of the transfer market, and we'll still see how that turns out. Then before we go on to other dailies, let's see what people are saying already on our social media comments. And then Bayo Iwube saying good morning Vanguard, happy new month. Thank you, happy new month. Okay, Chima, good morning Vanguard, good morning to you too, Chima. Then we have Emmanuel Ochen say live from LMA, happy new month. We all say happy new month to you from the Vanguard family. And Charles Finney is I insist that issue of Fulani moving cows from one place to another must be stopped as urgent. That is the problem of Fulani killing farms and killing farmers, I think, and farmers killing cows. Nigeria federal government must hear this and receive, sense to stop this every minute killing. Okay, that's one advice of the federal government. They should do everything possible to ensure that people are no longer killing each other. That is coming from Charles. Okay, then if I hear say good morning Nigeria, then Agu Anthony saying nice job, thank you very much. Top fan of Babangida Ong saying only the southwest, the northeast that has been suffering since this is all to what? Please to know who he is asking. That was just a visit from by the southwest monarchs. Some other monarchs have gone to the president, and some will still go to talk about the present problem facing their own domain. And that was what the Southwest did yesterday, and that is why it looks like this is for the Southwest. Okay, and then Philip Akpan, good morning. Happy New Month, Nigerians. Happy New Month also to you. Thank you very much. Please keep the comments coming, share, like, and then bring the comments on. Let us discuss Nigeria this morning on Today in the News. Okay, I'm straight to the Guardian. The Guardian, federal government may empower Southwest rulers in fresh move against insecurity. The federal government may empower Southwest rulers and fresh move against insecurity, and you can see the pictures of the traditional rulers all there with the president and his vice president. Okay, Lagos airport driver finds returns 888,000 naira to passenger. Oh, that's interesting. From one group, it turns out that Nigerians actually have a very large heart, because this is becoming an everyday news. People seeing money that belongs to other persons and returning them. It doesn't get bigger than this. We should take pleasure in celebrating the little things that matters to us, which are things of honesty, just like this Lagos airport driver has done again. And then it looks like there are a lot of honest drivers in that Lagos airport. Many of them have been doing this. We say good job, everyone, and then preserving another 888,000 naira that would have gone missing. Okay, that's it on the Guardian. And one last one there: witnesses fault Buhari certificate at election tribunal. Witnesses fault Buhari certificate at election tribunal. That is coming from the Guardian. And we move straight up north to Daily Trust. Daily Trust: Buhari sat for 8 courses in Cambridge exam, WAEC official says. Buhari sat for 8 courses in Cambridge exam, WAEC official says. And then when we have the Zakzaki as a kicker here, why IMN suspended protest as child group challenges FG prescription order. Okay, that is it. And Buhari to Obas, we are deploying technology to tackle insecurity. Okay, that is them coming from that same headline that everybody is queuing behind. And on The Nation this morning, it is still the same way to go. Drones, CCTV to fight insecurity in Southwest. States to get license for highways, forest monitoring equipment. Yeah, that's another step there in ensuring that everyone is safe. Okay, I'll go to Makinde, obey court order. I'll go on talking about the local government and body there to Makinde, obey court order. Federal government labor minimum wage tough deadlock. That's a very, very sad one, because by now we thought that everybody would be receiving the new minimum wage, and it looks like a very bad one for the labor group there, as in another meeting ended in deadlock. So we are still standing where we stood earlier on this matter. Yeah, and then we have the last paper here this morning, the Punch. Shites file case against ban today. Suspend protest. Good one, at least good move that we were able to suspend that protest in the first place. Okay, Shites file case against ban today. Suspend protest. Then Arafat gridlock saddens me, coming from the president. Port congestion forcing multinational to leave. Indeed, and a very sad one also here on the front page. Lady asked boyfriend to rape friend, filmed incident. Very, very wicked act. This you must say. Lady asked boyfriend to rape friend, films incident. Okay, in terms of how troubled we are as a people and as a nation. That is what we have today on the front pages of the newspaper. Before me, we go to the social media, we see what we have, and we come back to take some comments. Okay, so still hang on and let us continue this conversation. Yeah, we see what people are talking about on social media, and your guess is as good as mine. There will be something on them. The new month flying everywhere. Yes, we have Happy New Month Day, August 1st, Thursday thought, Thursday motivation, and Papilo August wish. So let's take some Happy New Month messages all across Nigeria and indeed the globe. Okay, there's a lot of people, you know, showing pictures of themselves, wishing everyone Happy New Month. A very big shout out to all my guys who would use Happy New Month to shoot their shots today. That is coming from Barry Vicks. Okay, social media and shot shooting. We go to Dear August. Dear August look like wishes from people, and we start with a tweet from JJ Omodua saying, Dear August, bless us with your blessings, teach us your lessons, and leave us much better than we were before you came around. When you are done blessing us, please deliver us to September in sound health and happiness. Thank you for your obedience, dear August. Okay, we have another thing again. Somebody saying, Dear August, shall we? Talking about the premiership, you know, return in August. Yeah, and saying, Dear August, I want something new in my life. Give me some plot twists, please. Okay, that is another wish from a user. Then Danny K. Precious saying, Dear August, I want good news all the 31 days in you. So you should also make your Dear August wish. You might just be lucky. You know what they say? They say, be careful of what you ask for, because you might just get it. So just make that conscious wish, and then you might just get it. Yes, let's rush back to the comment section, because everybody seems to be talking about August. So let us go again to the comment section and see what we have. Charles Finney is saying Ruga Part 2, the Fulani government. Okay, I'm not going to take this. I'm sorry, I'm not going to take this. I can see some flagged comments there. Okay, lots of comments here, but I'm sorry, it doesn't look like all what we can take on this one. Okay, and okay, I think that's how we wrap up the show this morning. It has been another very exciting time with you as we do this, and of course, dear August, please be kind to us all and give us a month that will remember positively as a nation and as a people. That is what we say from Vanguard Life. My name is Victor Ogwinka, and I've been working with the Urban College, my director, on this show. Okay, please don't forget to look up at our website www.vanguardngr.com for all the news this morning and beyond. See you next time.